Well, hi and welcome to my beautiful office. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I photograph and film and study the Agile Antechinus, a small carnivorous marsupial. That's my passion, obviously. All in a small reserve that's only 5-minute walk or less from where I live. And to further my studies, I have built 2 nesting boxes over the years that help me to find out what's happening while the Agile is nesting. So while they're breeding or just having a communal nest during the off season. And to help me out when I'm not here in the reserve watching what's happening, I have 2 cameras, 1 in each, so 2 trail cameras, keeping an eye on what's going on when I'm not here. So that's what we're doing in today's video, is having a catch up with what's happening as we're almost into winter. Well, we pretty well much are as far as the weather's concerned. Yeah, just seeing what's happening with them. Right, so let's just head out the back of the reserve and have a catch up with those 2 nesting boxes. Now, nesting box number 1 I built a few years ago, and I've never really had much trouble with it as far as moisture and stuff goes inside the nesting box itself. But this year it's very damp for some reason, and my trail camera's fogging up on the lens a lot more than it's ever done. So I've put it down to the actual fiberglass lid that I have on. Have a look. That's what I'm talking about. Right, so I made it out of an old hollow stump, and then I've put a fiberglass lid on the top. Do I think that the fiberglass lid's a problem with getting moisture inside? Because 2 weeks ago I noticed that it was getting very damp in there, and then all of a sudden they're stopping going in there. So the females that were living in there that I hoped would go through the winter have shifted out. There is one female keeps coming back and checking it, according to my trail camera that I have up in the lid there, watching what's going on. There's too much moisture. I thought, perfect opportunity. They've all shifted out. I'll renovate it. I'm up on my platform with my nesting box. I've had to re-renovate the top part, fiberglass top on it, because it's getting quite mouldy in there, very damp. So what I've done is I've insulated the top and put fiberglass over that, so it's quite thick now, and hopefully that'll fix things. We'll have a look in here. All the Agile shifted out, those juvenile females that I've been watching from virtually birth right through, and then some adult females joining them. Now for a week it's been empty. Yes, and it still is. So we'll get rid of this temporary top and we'll put the old fiberglass one back on. Fingers crossed everything goes well. Okay, we're successfully back on there, as you can see. Didn't have any paint for it, but I'll do that in the summertime. Doesn't matter now, people can't really see it from the track. Lots of green shrubbery around at the minute, hiding it, but we'll have to camouflage it because the trail's very close. I've modified the top for my trail camera. I used to have to drop it down inside and have a back plate that fitted on the top here. Yeah, I had it all worked out. I had to drop it down, pull it up, tighten the belt, and then put the lid back on, which disturbs the Agile inside. So it wasn't the best way to do it, because these are new trail cameras and I changed the design. The original ones I had were expensive and they didn't work all that well. Where these are good, easy, just drop that straight in there now, much better. Where do you go? Lid's been modified to suit, a lot higher, fits on there bloody beautiful. So that's been up there for a little while now, over a week, and it seems to be really good in there, not drying out a lot, but it does seem to have worked. My trail camera's not fogging up as much as it was recently. Very cold and damp conditions, you've got to expect a bit of that. But it's not doing it as much, which is good, so I can see what's going on properly instead of trying to work out through a foggy lens what's happening. The dusky Antechinus has taken a big interest in this nesting box over the last couple of months, regularly coming in to visit. It was in there again this morning. So what I've decided to do is take the nest out that's in there and replenish it with some new leaves. You can see here, the point to be made here is there's a lot of lice and nasty little bugs that irritate the Agile, and they try and live on the Agile that have built up in there, and that's probably that with the moisture is why they've shifted out. It's always a fear of mine. I want these to go right through the winter so I can see what's happening. So I'll take that nest out and I'll be studying it. Yeah, I want to measure how much room's inside the nest, up, across, see, and recount the leaves. I've done this before. I've counted all the leaves that are in there, but my hope for today is that I can pull it out in one piece and be able to check out what's going on. I've managed to get the nest out reasonably well, and we'll take that out into the open and study it. But at the minute I tried to make a nest, but I can't do two things at once, unfortunately. It kept falling apart anyway, as I'm trying to lift it up and then try and put the bottom plate up as well and try and drill it in. Yeah, I need 5 hands to do all that. So I just put the bottom plate back up and I'm simply just dropping them down in and pushing them down with a branch to make sure that they're made it all the way down the bottom. But that'll be good. That'll entice another Agile female to come and nest here, which I think the one I've seen this week coming in checking out is probably the original owner. I can't tell from my trial camera, they're just not good enough detail to tell, but it's possibly the female that nested here last year, Sylvia. There's a silver back on her. Or entice the dusky Antechinus to come and nest in here. So it might be a bit of a battle between them two. Nice and dry, very inviting in there now. Probably smell a lot cleaner too. Oh, really? Okay, let's do it. Well, let's have a look at it and see about shape. A nest on top of another nest is what I'm seeing here. It's starting to rot at the bottom, a lot of poo, it's fallen down the sides. It was really thick on the bottom. I haven't got a tape measure with me. I thought I'd put it in the bag, but I haven't. So there is a lot of mould and dusty stuff there. Put my fancy glasses on because I won't be able to see properly. So let's open it up, keep these to count them, and have a look inside. Okay, it's not that big. It's about what I expected. It's about It's about 70 mils, somewhere around there, but I'll measure that later on. And about the same in height, so it's about 70 by 70 inside. Not a lot of room, but how the hell they shove so many in there? I generally count about 8, somewhere around there. And then the rest just gather around the top or go up to the top of the nest and huddle together, hang on to the side of it and huddle together. Alright, so I'm going to turn the camera off now because it is starting to drizzle, and I'll have to put it under cover, the cover that I'm sitting on. Yeah, I'm going to count these and then get out of the rain. Drizzle. Well, it was roughly 300 in there. It drizzle's turning to rain. I'm going home, I'll catch you later on. Well, good morning again. I'm back at nesting box number 1 to check out the trail camera to see what's happened overnight. And the female Agile has been coming into the nest, checking it out quite a lot through the night. And that dusky Antechinus is in there as well. So it was a good idea what I've done, clean it all out, get it all nice and fresh. Looks like it's done the job, and they all seem really interested in it. Anyway, take a look at the clips that I got from the trail camera and keep note of the time down the bottom as well. So yeah, it's really interesting. Watch what's going on inside a nesting box. It's going to work really well. Obviously that female Agile is super interested, and I may even see her start building a nest maybe tonight or whatever, possibly, to get it ready for breeding season. That's what I'm thinking is happening, but we'll just keep watching, see what happens. It may even be reclaimed as a communal nest again. That would be awesome to continue my research, because June, July I have no records at all, because my nesting box, this one, has failed pretty much from March normally, but it's gone a bit further this time into June, so it's good. Alright, interesting here. But I think what we'll do now is we'll go over to nesting box number 2 and check out what's happening over there. I haven't been there for 2 weeks because it's been empty since the end of February, I think it was, something like that. But we'll go and have a look, check it out, and hopefully there's something interesting going on over there as well. Well, here we are, nesting box number 2, which is actually a stump, a long stump. A tree broke off in a storm, and it's pretty much what I've been looking for a couple of years. Nice secluded spot, a stump that I could hollow out and put a fiberglass top on as well, so that I can continue studying the Agile in 2 different places. So I can still put a camera on top of there, my video camera, and film what's happening live, and then also put my trial camera back in there as I leave, so I can continue my studies. Right, so I've made a platform here so I can stand on it and to do that, film live inside the nesting box. Not all that old. I built this in July last breeding season, so it's only about, what's that, 10 months old, something like that. A female I call Sandy took it up almost instantly, within 3 days of me building it. So it's been really good, and she's actually educated me on the Agile bringing up its young in a slightly different way. So with every animal, bird, there's always the exception to the rules. So what I've learnt from nesting box number 1, having that for about 3 years now, some different things happened here, which showed me that there can be some variation. So yeah, it's been awesome. So let's jump up and have a look and see whether anything's been happening inside. So going over the summer months with this, I found a similar problem to nesting box number 1, where I was getting a lot of moisture inside. But it's because it's quite open here. There's not a lot of high trees or anything to block the sunlight coming through. It's just these shrubs you can see around me here. Perfect camouflage. This hides it really well. But because it gets exposed, it was getting a lot of moisture from the heat. So I had to renovate this one as well and put some foam and stuff on there to insulate it, and then cover it with another layer of fiberglass. So it's been really good. So let's open it up and have a look what's going on in here. Okay. Perfectly dry. I can tell straight away that there's been no Agile in here for quite some time. That's what happened. I had some a whole bunch of juvenile females turn this nest very quickly into a communal nest. And yeah, I learned a lot of stuff from this one, and that was been fantastic. But getting a little bit of moisture in there, like the other one, I didn't act quick enough to fix things, and they shifted out. And what they did was they followed Mum up into another nest that's been going for years. I've seen them nest up there in this dead wattle tree up here behind me there. So they shifted out of here. So for about 3 months now, this has been empty, but it's staying beautifully dry. So this will be good for next year. Hopefully one of them will go right through to breeding season. There's that little gap from May to August. I don't know what's happening inside the nests. There's some things that I think are happening, but I need to prove them. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't have a trail camera for this one at the minute because that's stuffed up. For some reason, I'm not sure why, but it's not working anymore, so I have to buy another one. Only about $60, where I was paying $250 originally, and the quality between the two are both the same. So and they both die just as easy. I'll have to get another one. Right, so waffling on, we'll finish up the video here. Just to clarify to my subscribers and anyone else that regularly watches my stuff, why on my titles I don't put an I in codevert 19. The reason being is that if you say codevert, or spell it properly, and coronavirus, they won't monetize your videos. So I want to keep monetizing, keep getting a couple of cents for them, whatever it is, $1 or something a view. So I can continue earning money. I leave the I out of codevert. So is that cleared up now? I had one of my subscribers ask me. So yeah, time to exclose why I do that for. Now, yeah, I think that's all. Next week's video, I've got a few things in mind but I'll keep that a secret for now. Toss a coin and see which one comes up first. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down here in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit the little notification bell and you'll get notified whenever I do anything else. And if you want to go and have a look at all the crazy things I've been doing over the years, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take you to my channel. It's over 100 videos to choose from. Me talking about this sort of stuff, photographing and filming in a forest environment, give you some tips there. Birds in flight I've done. Man, there's tons of stuff there. So a little bit of educational stuff and some entertaining stuff as well. I do some comedian-ish sketches, like with the coronavirus hoarding of newspaper, toilet paper I should say, all those sort of things. Yeah, so go and have a browse. There'll be something here of interest to you, I am sure. Now if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife, and I'll catch you on the next one. And if you can't get out for some reason because of the coronavirus lockdown laws, get out and go for a walk into the forest or a park, whatever you can. Relax, calm your mind. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.